Welcome to Caregiver Matters. Today I'd like to talk with you about the importance of social support. And this really applies to any caregiver. Social support is just that. It's a way for other people to give you the support you need in the situation that you're in. And oftentimes that can be about having socialization opportunities like coffee groups or walking groups or friendly visitors or going to church and interacting with other people in your congregation, or belonging to a knitting club or something like that. In our daily lives, throughout our lives, we engage in all kinds of social support of each other and receive all kinds of social support from other people. But when we're caregiving, our lives become really kind of focused around that task and what's going on at home. And social support becomes less easy to access and more necessary than ever. So if you've already got a good social network in place, it's relatively easy for you to tap into that network when you're in the early stages of caregiving. At some point, your social support needs to come from people who understand what you're going through because they've been through it themselves or are going through it themselves. So in that case, you might want to join like a support group for people who are caring for someone with the condition that your care recipient has. So a dementia caregiver support group, or if the person you're caring for has ALS Association across the country has chapters with support groups that are really for the person with the disease and the person caring for them. You could take your whole family to an ALS support group if that works for you and for the patient. And so that's good because then you both get out of the house and you both feel connected to this social support network. Oftentimes you might find social support by going to those community fundraisers that all these conditions seem to have, like memory walk for Alzheimer's. Most cities have an ALS walk, breast cancer walks, other kinds of cancer research organizations have fundraisers. That's a way of getting social support as well. If you've never been the kind of person to do a lot of socialization, you're mostly like a loner, then you might not have that network in place for you now when you need it. So you should really look to support groups for people who are in your situation. Even if you're not a joiner, I strongly encourage you to join a support group. I've led support groups for adult-child caregivers of people with dementia. So I can tell you from my experience that sometimes that support group is really an opportunity for the adult-child caregivers to get together and talk about challenges they're facing with their parents or challenges they're facing with their work because their caregiving sometimes interferes with their work or whatever. And they're really there for each other. And as the social worker or facilitator of the group, I'm sort of hanging out in the background, letting them give each other the information that they need and the support that they need. And I just make sure everybody abides by group rules, right? Other times, it might be a month where I have a lot of new information from the Alzheimer's Association where I want to say, we're going to talk this month about advancing stages of the disease. Like say most of the members their parents are moving from early stage to mid stage or mid stage to later stage. I might bring them information about that stage of the disease that most of them are facing and what they can do as a caregiver to cope with that and what resources are available to them and to their loved one. So it's more of an educational opportunity. So support groups aren't always about sitting around talking about your feelings. When you're a caregiver, you've got your feelings and then the reality of the work that you're doing and then what it's like to watch your partner go through what they're going through. So there's lots of different things that you can cover in a support group. Then all of it can help save your sanity during very stressful times and alleviate some of that chronic stress that can lead to other health problems. So if you don't have social support, maybe you might want to talk about that in the comments below. If you have different ways of accessing social support, you could share those ideas with each other through the comment section. And I hope that you will give serious consideration to getting the kind of social support that you need so that you can stay healthy while you're doing this work. That'll be it for now. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to talking to you again. And until I do, please take care of yourself because you are the most important person in your life.